My high school was really small. I graduated with 91 people, so it wasn't big at all. And there was two groups. It was either you knew you were going to college because your family would pay for everything for you, or you completely didn't have any money, you couldn't pay for your college, there's no way you could make it, and that was definitely what category I fell under.
Draw a line from Virginia's eastern shore, westward to south side to southwest Virginia, and then up the Shenandoah Valley. And you would trace an arc that represents 75% of the Commonwealth's geography. This rural horseshoe is home to 2.1 million people. Only 19% have a bachelor's degree. If the rural horseshoe were considered a separate state, it would rank 50th nationally for educational attainment. By contrast, the rest of Virginia would rank second.
When we look at what is happening economically around Virginia, and when we look at the area of the state that encompasses the rural horseshoe, we recognize that there is yet another Virginia that needs to have targeted investment, needs to take care of its next generation, and needs to assure that resources are properly focused in order for the entire Commonwealth to prosper.
The kids in Southwest Virginia are just like the kids in Northern Virginia and Richmond. I mean, they're kids that want a future. They're kids that want to work for a future. They love the Southwest Virginia area, so chances are if they get an opportunity to go out, get an education, find a job, they're going to stay in the area. They're going to stay in the New River Valley, and if those kids become employable, it's good for the whole state.
Career coaches like Kathy Kleppen create a bridge between high school and college for students who would otherwise drop out of the educational system.
The career coaches, and I love the idea that they are college employees, but they're based in the high schools, because it's there that they make those initial connections with those students, to get them thinking about opportunities that would exist, to get them dreaming about things that many of them have never considered previously.
My junior year, I was like, there's no way I can go to college. It's not going to happen for me. And all my friends thought the same thing.
And I got to know her better and found out that she was a first-generation college student. Her father had died while she was a sophomore in high school. And she lived with her mom and just walked her through everything, holding her hand, talking about how she needed to apply for college, what her options were.
Being in community college is kind of like transitioning me a lot. After 2 years of NRCC, I want to transfer to VCU, and they have a really good medical program.
With the Rural Horseshoe Initiative, we are seeking to expand the current career coaching program to place full-time career coaches in rural high schools throughout the Commonwealth, to help connect students and families with a greater range of possibilities.
The middle majority largely represents the working class within our communities, which is what I came from. And the working class student is coming from a home where college language has never been used. Certainly wasn't used in my own growing up. Without some intervention, without a career coach intervening, they would slip right through and never enter a college. And I know from personal experience, I was one of them.
Brooke Vaughn is a student who graduated from Martinsville High School in 2011, and she is currently enrolled as a nursing student here at Patrick Henry Community College. I knew Brooke throughout her whole high school career, starting as a freshman, and I worked with her through her senior year up until graduation.
I told her what I was interested in, and she helped me figure out the right way to go and showed me different colleges, and she focused on PH because this is a big community college.
Career coaches help students find skills and interests that can propel them into the future, whether that's getting a 2-year degree or certification, or ultimately enrolling in a 4-year college or university. The effect of coaches on individual lives is enormous, but their impact extends much farther. By moving students into higher education, coaches have shown they are a critical link in Virginia's educational infrastructure, which is central to the Commonwealth's economy.
So we have to put an emphasis on the rural horseshoe to make sure we get that educational attainment up. Because when we get the educational attainment up, with the great workforce that we have out there, the values, the morals that we have in rural Virginia, There's not a business in the globe that wouldn't like to bring their businesses there. But we cannot do it unless we are increasing our education to make sure all of our students are graduating from high school and going on and getting a 2 or 4 year degree with a certification and a skill set that matches those 21st century jobs.
I think the jobs are going to go to where the talent resides. And 12th grade is no longer the finish line.
The departure of many of its traditional economic drivers has left the rural Virginia region to reinvent itself. Essential to this reinvention is a stronger, more widely educated workforce.
So changing the culture of rural Virginia to recognize and to apply the benefits of education, I think is the ticket to the future.
Across Virginia, the Rural Horseshoe Initiative is rapidly gaining momentum. In 2013, Michael Smith of Valley Proteins contributed $2 million as the lead gift. Since then, individuals and businesses across the Commonwealth have joined the cause.
It's a changing world, and if you don't change with it, you're going to fall backwards. And, you know, I'd like to live in a country that continues to move forward, and I support the Rural Horseshoe Initiative because I want all Americans moving forward.
When I think about rural Virginia, I think about places like Chase City and Drake's Branch and Clarksville and South Hill and Danville. How wonderful would it be for young people who grow up in those communities to be able to find the kinds of satisfying life work that can be done and has been done on those main streets in all of those communities that I've listed.
With your help, we can increase educational attainment in the Rural Horseshoe by expanding 2 proven community college programs: full-time career coaches in rural high schools and incentives for GED and adult education students.
I'm the first of my family to have a college degree. With the degrees that I have, I plan to, go away to a 4-year university, but if it's possible, I'd like to come back.
The goal of the Rural Horseshoe Initiative is to establish a $21 million fund to match funds raised by community colleges in Virginia's Rural Horseshoe. In so doing, we will not only change the lives of thousands of rural Virginians and their communities, we will transform the educational and economic landscape for all of Virginia. Together, we can create one course, one Virginia.